بدنا نشرح. اوكي. فنلبس الثياب جميلة. هلا بيفكروك ابيض مثل غير
كمان 74 طول بالك نحطها هيك.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
صورك كم صورة؟ أنا بعت لك إياهم جميع.
Exhausted? Stop.
No, I'm used to it.
ما بنزعج أنا، ما بنزعج.
طلع
بوس على النصانيك بس.
So you're an alumna
Yes.
of the faculty.
Yes, I am.
We know each other from
يبدون من سياسة الرياض شباب هون سينيور
No, myself.
أنا كله بعرف.
هلا بنظبط لك.
متقاعدة ولا يزعل
الماما صار عندها so it was on the 11th.
الشمس فينا ناخذها قدامنا.
لا واحد
تخرج متقاعد.
حلو هي شو الإحساس؟ نفس الجملة
معك باص؟
members of the class of 1974, I welcome you to this commencement ceremony. It is indeed our joy to hold these proceedings 40 years on. Since those days, several presidents have led AUB most ably, including our current president. I now invite AUB President Peter Dorman to kindly address our distinguished guests. President Dorman.
Thank you, returning graduates and family. It's a great pleasure to welcome the returning class of 1974 to a celebration that is very long overdue. Last week we held the 145th commencement exercises at AUB in a ceremony that was full of pomp and circumstance. Addressing the class of 2014, at that time I congratulated them on successfully meeting the challenges of the most prestigious university in Lebanon and in the region. Better late than never, I can now congratulate you on the same achievement, an accomplishment even more impressive given the foreboding situation in the country during your student years. Founded over 147 years ago, AUB has witnessed the disappearance of the Ottoman Empire, 2 world wars, numerous medical epidemics, the establishment of the State of Lebanon, the Palestinian Nakba, civil war, violent conflicts with Lebanon's southern neighbor, and now the initial hope of the Arab Spring, only to be followed by continuing questions about the future of the region. But throughout hard years of civil war, occupation, and regional conflicts that have spilled over our borders, AUB has not only remained open, but has grown and thrived, and has become one of the finest and most respected universities in the Middle East. This would not have been possible without the dedication and the fortitude of so many individual students, faculty, and staff. And each of you alumni has also contributed to this valiant effort, and you have our heartfelt thanks for helping us to keep open the doors of AUB through both good times and bad. As our founders intended, we remain a beacon of learning that attracts aspiring scholars from throughout the region and that serves as a bastion for rational deliberation, scientific inquiry, and the free expression of ideas. And we now have the opportunity, hopefully, that more peaceful times will allow us to make grand plans for the future and to cement our position as the premier destination for higher education and medical care in Lebanon and the Middle East. As alumni, you are integral to this future. We welcome your input as guardians of AUB's legacy, and we are grateful for all you do to support and advance the university's mission. I was happy last week to wish the graduates of 2014 success in their careers, personal joy in their lives, and peace and fulfillment in their communities. I trust that all of you have found a good measure of these in your own lives. This is also a time to celebrate those who have supported you before, during, and after your time at AUB. For your mothers and fathers, your husbands and wives, your sons and daughters, perhaps even grandsons and daughters, this is also their day to celebrate. And this evening we have a very special keynote speaker from the class of 1974, Sheikh Hissa bin Saad Abdullah Salam Sabah. After graduating with a BA in Political Studies and Public Administration, Sheikh Hissa went on to become a successful entrepreneur who is regularly listed in the Arabian business list of 100 most powerful women. As president of the Council of Arab Business Women, she is a strong and vocal advocate for women's empowerment in the workplace and is making a positive impact on the status of working women throughout the region. So let me close simply by saying congratulations to you all. It's finally good to see you all here at last, at very long last. And I wish all of you the very best of luck in the rest of your life's journey. I trust you know that AUB will always be your home, and we look forward to welcoming you back often. Thank you.
Thank you, President Dorman. Tonight's commencement ceremony has been organized under the auspices of our Worldwide Alumni Association, a relatively new organization by AUB standards, but one which by now is a vital part of the AUB structure. I now invite its current president, Dr. Nabil Dajani, to address our distinguished audience. Dr. Nabil?
Thank you. President Dorman, esteemed deans, honored guests and speakers, and my fellow alumni of the class of 1974. A warm welcome to tonight's overdue commencement ceremonies. Welcome back to your campus. In true testimony to recognizing the importance of every alumni's connection to AUB, your Alumni Association and the university have organized this commencement ceremony for you. 40 years later, to ensure that your AUB experience can now be a complete one. Wearing a cap and gown and greeting the AUB president while receiving a diploma is an AUB experience, which is a shared memory by over 50,000 graduates around the world. The time each one of you spent here earning those diplomas is, of course, as unique as the individual leaves of every tree. I'm certain, however, that your life's path was nurtured by a common bond, one represented in the shared values which AUB imparted to you. The quality of tolerance, the recognition of diversity, and the importance of intellectual pursuit. It is the commonality of the shared AUB experience and values which keep our alumni everywhere connected to each other, to their alma mater. This is the foundation upon which your Alumni Association, YAUB, is built. Our programs, our outreach, our global network of chapters all serve to keep alive the memories of this place and of your friends and teachers. Through events and various communication channels, YAUB activities also foster new AUB memories and serve as the means for expanding your current knowledge about events, achievements, and projects at the university. I would urge you to avail yourself to all of that YAUB and your local chapter have to offer in order to keep both the old and the new and ever-changing AUB a part of your vocabulary. Visit our website, follow us on social media, attend an event. You learn there is always more that you can add to your AUB experience. And starting this fall, if you are in Beirut and on the AUB campus, please visit us in the YAUB Interim Alumni Clubhouse in the Mary Dodge Hall. It is my hope that the clubhouse will become a fixture for many of you and a new AUB memory across generations. Thank you for taking this journey tonight, for coming back after those 40 years to a campus somewhat different, but still the same in so many ways. I'm sure when you left AUB in those turbulent years, you may have been somewhat wistful about having missed your commencement, about not having the chance to proudly stand and pose for a picture in your cap and gown and raise your hands in celebration. I'm delighted that here tonight, you all can join in creating or recreating that AUB memory for you. May this new AUB memory entice you to keep your bond strong to your alma mater and to engage with the university, with YAUB and your fellow alumni. I offer renewed congratulations to you, the class of 1974.
Thank you, Dr. Dajani. It is both an honor and a pleasure for me to introduce the keynote speaker for this commencement exercise, our AUB alumni, Her Highness Sheikha Hissa Al Sabah. Please join me in welcoming Her Highness to the podium.
Good evening, fellow classmates and colleagues, esteemed deans, members of the faculty. First, I would like to thank Dr. Peter Dorman, President of AUB, and Dr. Nabil Dajani, the head of Worldwide Alumni, and the Alumni Committee to have chosen me to speak here tonight. It gives me great pleasure and honor to be amongst you this evening to share this moment of happiness, pride, and joy. A moment that I was deprived as I graduated in 1974. At that time, the Lebanese civil war broke out, making it impossible to come back to Lebanon, the country where I spent most of my childhood, youth, and years of university. A country that I have come to love so much and wish for it all the success and years of peace so that it will enable in its future graduates from this prestigious university a place of hope and political stability. And now, I would like to share with you the people that inspired me to join AUB. Sheikh Abdullah Salim Mubarak Al-Sabah, the 11th Emir of Kuwait, man of exceptional vision and wisdom, named the father of modern Kuwait. Amongst his most accomplishments, the giving of the constitution and democracy to Kuwait. But most of all, he indeed gave the education very important, and he made education compulsory for both genders. And he ruled that any father that did not take his daughter to school will go to jail. He was my fraternal grandfather. Sheikh Fahad Salim Mubarak Al-Sabah, the younger brother of Sheikh Abdullah, had been an inspiration and a keen and passion for learning. He mastered English language at the American Missionary School in Kuwait, and then went on to Basra and Baghdad to get his high school. And guess what? In 1932, he was the first Kuwaiti to join this prestigious university to go on to graduate in 1936. He was an inspiration for every Kuwaiti, including myself, who walked in his footsteps on this campus. He was my maternal grandfather. Sheikh Saad Abdullah Salim Al-Sabah, the 11th Emir of Kuwait, himself, inspired by his uncle, went on to Hendon School of Police in Hendon, England, and graduated in the early 50s. He is my father, whom installed in me the inspiration and dedication to succeed in a man-dominant society. It was unprecedented in the Al-Sabah family that young girls go abroad for education, but this did not stop my parents from choosing Lebanon as my destination for my further schooling. Today, as I look back, I am so grateful for my parents' choice of country and school. I was able to fulfill my dream of attending AUB. As much as I heard in my childhood about my grandfather who attended and graduated from AUB. Classmates and colleagues, dreams do not end but come true. In the past 40 years, life has not been easy for any one of us. For me, I was deprived to come back to this country that I loved very much. Day after day, night after night, I used to think of my friends and wonder how they managed in their life. All I had was memories. As it is said, university is unity and diversity. I chose diversity. and I chose to work in different venues in life. I worked as a head of petroleum and marine company in Kuwait, and at that same time, I noticed that the Kuwaiti women were not in business. So I decided to venture into business. To break the barriers, I set up my own retail fashion company. A rebel in myself, again I ventured to work as head of medical services at the Kuwaiti Military Hospital. This venture allowed Kuwaiti women to get accepted in the military services. All this was fine until the invasion of my beloved Kuwait. I decided that I would not leave my country. Against the will of my parents, I stayed behind to help the Kuwaiti people and the expatriates. I was able to understand what is war and what it is to lose loved ones. After liberation, I had the opportunity to set up a committee on drug prevention. And after 10 years of hard work, I was honored by United Nations. Then I went on to set my existing company, which is the gallery to promote Arab artists. Furthermore, with a number of Arab businesswomen, in 1999, September, we set up the Council of Arab Businesswomen under the auspices of the Arab League. And for 14 years, I have been the president. I have managed to have the council to be recognized in the Arab world and internationally. For my hard work in community work, I was awarded the Gusi Peace Prize in 2012 in Manila. So, enough about me. We are here to celebrate all our achievements, this lovely reunion. I would like to give special thank you to all my classmates, better known as the Golden Girls, whom we went through school together, to give me their never-ending support on this occasion. Can you believe it? We made it. It's 2014. We are the parents and grandparents of the most amazing generation this century, the generation of technology. So, I want you all to stand up and congratulate each other. We made it.
Thank you, Your Highness. I now call upon the class of 1974, Faculty of Arts and Sciences, to please stand up. May I ask you to please approach the stage when Mrs. Seran calls your name. May I also invite Patrick McGreevy, Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. May I please ask you to stand with President Dorman and Dr. Dejani.
This way, please. Sorry.
I now call upon the class of 1974 Faculty of Medicine to please stand up. May I ask you to please approach the stage when Mrs. Assaran calls your name. Dr. Ziad Ghazal, representing the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine. May I please ask you to stand with President Doman and Dr. Dajani.
Thank you.
I now call upon the class of 1974 School of Pharmacy. May I please ask you to stand up and approach the stage as Mrs. Assaran calls your name. I now call upon the class of 1974 Faculty of Engineering and Architecture to please stand up. Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Architecture, may I please ask you to stand with President Doman and Dr. Dajani.
Look at me, look at me, look at me.
I now call upon the class of 1974 Faculty of Agriculture and Food Sciences. May I please ask you to stand up. Please approach the stage as Aruba Seran calls your name. Nahla Kwalla, Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture and Food Sciences. May I please ask you to stand with President Doman and Dr. Dajani. I now call upon the class of 1974 Faculty of Health Sciences. stand up and approach the stage as your name is called. Okay, I guess nobody showed up. Will all the class now please join us on stage for a group photo? I now declare this commencement exercise at a close. Will the audience please remain in their places until the President and the class of 1974 have cleared the Assembly Hall. Thank you.
الفيديو
يلا ايوه يلا
على المحبة